Hello, everyone. Very sunburned and windburned, old school, coming to you live from the car, waiting in traffic after the Bucks win over the Chicago Bears today at Raymond James Stadium. I wanted to give you sort of some quick thoughts about the game, and hopefully you guys are off on the way to celebrate somewhere and have some fun. It's been a long time as Bucks fans since we've seen something like that, so it was very exciting. A couple of quick points we talked about before the game on the podcast Saturday. I don't know if you guys got a chance to download it, but one of the keys to the game was they had to control this Bears rushing attack, which was, a two-headed beast with Cohen and Howard that's formidable against the Atlanta Falcons. One of the things we talked about was the patience these runners had and how that means our defense was going to have to be incredibly disciplined, both in their fits as well as strong in their open field tackles. And I'll tell you what, while we may have lacked some of the firepower maybe in the sack department, I know a lot of people are going to hold as a problem, which certainly is something could bear improvement. The discipline across the board at all three levels was phenomenal from this defense today. So I'm super impressed with that, super proud of that. Also, the opportunistic nature of the defense we talked about as well. When they had the opportunity to convert these things into turnovers, they were able to get that done. So Morton says 76 must play better. Talking about Donovan Smith. I haven't had a chance to watch, obviously, the game rewind on it. He didn't seem to stand out horribly to me. But then again, no one I thought stood out particularly horribly to me today. But it's one of the things that we're going to do as fans. We're going to still attack a win where we put a foot in someone's ass as if we should be the New England Patriots and win by 60 points every week. This is growth. This is learning. This is advancement. The excitement for me is, and it includes 76, if those 5 offensive linemen with one back in can give Jameis Winston time to throw, he has enough weapons where he should be able to put a lot of points on the board. We have to improve in the red zone. As much of that is schematically as it is execution-wise. I think that Coach Cutter has to improve his play calling when he gets down there, and then we have to improve the execution as well. It's very tough. I don't have any new updates on Quan. As I understood, it was a hamstring. Anytime it's soft tissue, there's always a concern. But given how things were going, it made sense regardless to sit him. So Beckwith came in and played very well. Glanton got some minutes and played well as well. That doesn't replace Quan, obviously. But we'll keep an eye on how that looks. Levante David towards the end, I think I tweeted, it looked like a cramp. I don't know if there's been a word about that. I'm sure the coach will be on the mic here soon. How about the fact we didn't blow a second half lead? That's good. Hey, I've got one of those assholes behind me with the stereo up loud. I remember when I was 16 too. Remember my first car. But the ability to get the conversion, get the points, drive ahead. Jameis Winston still needs to work on the deep ball. He had Charles Sims absolutely wide open when they flexed him out. He's got to land that. 2 shots at Deshaun Jackson, couldn't connect. Those will be there. And the fact that they were thrown opened everything else up. He could have thrown to Mike Evans 1,000 times. And Mike had a great game. Adam Humphries didn't even get a leverage. The tight ends, they did a good job trying to take away. And then at the end of the game, when the Bears had to get out of their press and man stuff that they were trying to do because they were gassed a little bit, went to a zone, all of a sudden, when that guy came off the edge and let O.J. Howard get his release, Howard was running through the field open. Cam Brate as well. I'm not sure if there was any sort of benching that went on. I didn't track it that closely, so we'll see what's going on. The fumble's just something you can't do. I'm not trying to pick on Sims. I've not been a Sims guy. I do like what he can do in open field, but he had a perfect opportunity to do that today. Got into open field, got tackled, and then dropped the ball. Put the ball on the ground. After a great soul-crushing drive that they should have gotten points out of. There were 2 in that third quarter that should have resulted in points. So, in general, great energy, great effort. Super excited about what the Bucks did. They're going to face a Minnesota Vikings team that may be without Sam Bradford. I haven't followed up on the injury issues with them. And then have a chance to come back and face the Giants at home. A lot of people were skeptical of the crowd that we had today. I definitely want to make sure you guys realize that Floridians are still dealing with the fact that we had a hurricane, guys. So I was very proud of the fans that were there. And I'm looking forward to see what we can do against the Giants at home as well. So we'll see you guys on the podcast this week. Go Bucks.